Hare Krishna. Hello friends, I hope you all are doing well. This is Ritendra, I'm preacher of Shrimad Bhagavad Gita, and today is very special lecture. Today I'm going to talk about criminal psychology and Shrimad Bhagavad Gita. How criminal psychology relate with Shrimad Bhagavad Gita and what are the relation between both and how both are associated with each other. Lord Krishna, Madhusudan, Mukunda, Murari, Kesava, Janardana, Govind, Gopala, Madhava. Many things talk about criminality and criminal psychology and criminal mindset. Here, the root cause of crime or criminality actually mentioned in Srimad Bhagavad Gita. The first cause is only desire or kama and also greed, lobh, kama, krodha. Two causes are there which are very responsible for criminality, for criminal behavior, and for criminal mindset. Here, verse number 16, verse number 21, chapter number 16. Here, Madhusudan, Mukunda, Murari, Kesava, Janardana, Govind, Gopala, Madhava. Here said, desire, anger, and greed are the three gates of leading the hell. त्रिविधम नरकस्य द्वारणम नाशनम आत्मानाः काम क्रोध तथा मोह तस्माद तयं तु त्यज्यते. Here Madhusudan clearly stated, त्रिविधम नरकस्य द्वारणम नाशनम आत्मानः काम क्रोध तथा मोह तस्माद त्वयं तु त्यज्यते. Immediately you have to abandon these all the three gates which are actually leading toward the destruction of the soul. These are the lust, anger, and greed. The lust, anger, and greed. Lust doesn't mean any kind of sexual desire. Lust means any desire which one is outside of your goal or action or motto or objective. So any desire which is outside of your goal, motto, objective, that is called lust. It's something like out of box desire. It's something like today I have a small house and tomorrow I will purchase the very big house. Today I have a Audi car, or means today I have Tata and also other car, and think tomorrow I will have Audi and also Mercedes. So these desires are only leading toward the hell, toward the criminality, toward the criminal psychology, toward the criminal behavior as well as mindset. So we don't have to develop any desire which one is outside of our goal. Means many people are saying without desire we are not able to get any kind of motivation to fulfill our work, our duty. Here Madhusudan clearly stated, if there is no desire, if there is no expectation, then whether you will get a success or failure, you will be equal in both conditions. You will neither be elated nor be lamented. You will be equiposed in all conditions, whether there is a success or failure, whether there is happiness or distress, and whether there is a fame and infamy. So in all the conditions the person is equiposed. So this kind of mental state in which the person is able to make himself equiposed in all conditions, that kind of person, that kind of state of mind is known as sage of steady mind. Dukhesu anuvigdha manaha sukhesu vigataspuha vitaraga bhaya krodha sitadhir muni ruchyate. So here Madhusudan clearly stated, the person who knows how to keep himself equiposed in all the conditions, the equanimity of the mind, and only that kind of person will never lead toward the criminality, because criminality is only and only result of desire, anger, and greed. Listen my words very carefully. Criminality and criminal psychology are only factors which are actually responsible for criminal psychology are desire, anger, and greed, kama, krodha tatha lobh. This is why Madhusudan clearly stated, त्रिविधम नरकस्य द्वारणम नाशनम आत्मानाः काम क्रोध तथा लोभ तस्माद त्वयं तु त्यज्यते. Verse number 21, chapter number 16 of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Criminal behavior, when we talk about criminal behavior often arises from the excessive desire for wealth, power, or revenge. So this is most important. This is very important. Here said, criminal behavior often arises. What is the origin? How criminal behavior is originated? Here, criminal behavior often arises from excessive desire for wealth, power, or revenge. wealth, power, or revenge. Here, Madhusudan further stated the anger. Anger is also responsible for criminal behavior. Here, Lord Krishna clearly stated, Krishna explained to Arjuna that anger, desire upon the rajogunas and nature of fashion are the root cause of the sinful action. Here, Madhusudan clearly stated rajoguna action. This is the actions which are actually most responsible for the criminal behavior. This is what Madhusudan clearly stated. When Arjuna asked what are the reason behind the sinful activities or criminal behavior, criminality and criminal psychology and criminal mindset, here Madhusudan clearly beautifully answered in verse number 37, chapter number 3. Listen my words very careful and also do read this verse. Here Bhagwan Uvacha. When Arjuna asked, Madhav, I don't want to get involved in the criminal behavior, criminal mindset and also criminality. Even if what are these all force which actually force me to involve, what are these all factors which force me to involve in the criminality and criminal psychology and criminal action. So here Arjuna asked to Madhusudana in verse number 36. Here Arjuna asked, Atha kena prayukto Madhav, Atha kena prayukto Papa charita purusaha. अथ केन प्रयुक्तो पाप चरित पुरुषः अनिच्छनापि वार्षाण्य बला दिवा नियोजित अनिच्छापि वार्षाण्य बला दिवा नियोजित. हे माधव, हे मधुसूदन, हे मुकुंदा, हे मुरारी, हे जनार्दना, please let me know what are these all factors which are responsible for the criminal behavior, sinful activities. O descendant of Vishnu, by what is one impelled to sinful acts, even unwillingly, even if I don't have any desire to get involved in the sinful activities, but what are these all factors which are actually force me to get involved in the criminality and criminal action? So, as if engaged by force. Here, Bhagwan Uvacha, Bhagwan answered, Madhusudan, my dear Krishna, here answer to Arjuna. Here Krishna clearly stated, verse number 37, here Madhusudan clearly stated, Kama isa krodha isa rajoguna samruddhaha, Kama isa krodha isa rajoguna samruddhaha, Mahasano mahapapyo vignanyam varina, Mahasayo mahapapyo vignanyam varina. Here Madhusudan, here Mukunda, here Murari, here Kesava, here Janardana, here said, it is lust only. Lust doesn't mean only sexual desire. Lust means any desire which one is outside of your goal, objective and also aim, which is actually associated with your life. It is a lust only. Parth, it is lust only, it is only your desire which is your real enemy. Your desire is only and only your great enemy, which is born of contact with a material mode of fashion, actually born from Rajoguna, and also later transformed into the breath, which is all devouring sinful enemy of this world. It is your greatest enemy. Your desire is only and only your greatest enemy. This is why your desire is only forcing you to get involved in the criminal activities or also indulge in the criminality. So this is what Madhusudan clearly stated. Here further Madhusudana clearly stated, Avratam gnanameteno gnanino nityavarina kama rupena konteya duspurne anallena cha. Here Madhav, here Madhusudan, here Mukunda, Murari, Kesava, Janardana, Govind. Here Govind stated, here the father of this entire universe, Jagannathji, here clearly stated, thus the wise living entity's pure consciousness become covered by his eternal enemy in the form of the lust. Covered by eternal enemy in the form of the lust, desire only, which is never satisfied, which burn like a fire. Our desire, however, I do have a desire to satisfy my wife or my children, my family, my mother, my father, my brother, my sister-in-law, and also my nephew, my niece, all the people desire, but I will fail to do so because the desires only took up birth from the mind, and mind is very dynamic. Fraction of second, mind is changing, so we are not able to fulfill anybody's desire. So if we really want to stop criminality and criminal action, criminal behavior, sinful action, then what we have to do? Here Madhusudan clearly stated in verse number 41, chapter number 3, here Madhusudan said, Tasmada Indriyani Adu Niyamya Bharatvarsah Papa Prajahiyena Jnana Vijnana Nasanam Papa Prajahiyena Jnana Vijnana Nasanam. Here Madhusudan said, in the very beginning, what you have to do in order to curb this great symbol of the sin, lust, what you have to do? By regulating the senses. We all have to regulate our senses in order to not get engaged in the sinful activities, in order to control our mind. If we are able to conquer our mind, we can easily keep ourselves far away from the criminal psychology and criminal behavior, criminal action. So criminal psychology will never be developed in our mind if we are able to control our mind. And what is a good for the society? That particular that particular action which actually taken for in the welfare of the society, that particular action is good for each and every individual one. So this is what we all have to understand. We all have to take action in the welfare of each and every individual one. Whenever there is a personal desire, when there is something like criminal mindset and criminal psychology, then what we have to do? We just have to focus in these all things, how these all managed, how these all things actually associated. Here, Tasmad Indriyani Adu Niyamya Bharatvarsah Papa Prajahi Ena Jnana Vijnana Nasanam clearly stated by Lord Krishna. Here, ignorance, anger, Lord Krishna talked about anger. Then third, this is most important, ignorance. Avidya, the particular person who has a ignorance, that particular person actually indulges in the sinful activities in the ignorance stage. So here, chapter number 14, in the Gunatriya Vibha Yoga, here Krishna clearly stated, explain the three gunas, Sattva, Rajas and Tama gunas. Here Madhusudan clearly stated, Tamas means ignorance and also laziness and also delusion, lead toward the unethical and also destructive behavior. Unethical and destructive behavior. If there is a mindset to take a revenge, then this kind of gunas, this kind of guna is known as a tamo guna. Here Madhusudan further stated, means about a psychological interpretation, desire, attachment, frustration, anger, delusion, wrong actions. Means dhyaito vishana punsaha. Here Madhusudan clearly stated in verse number 62-63, chapter number 3. Here Madhusudan clearly stated, dhyaito vishana punsaha sanga setu pajayate sangat sanjayate kamah kamato krodho vinjayate क्रोधात भवति सम्मोह सम्मोहात स्मृति विभ्रमः स्मृति हिंसात बुद्धि नाशात प्रणश्यति. यार मधुसूदन क्लियरली स्टेटेड कि फल की आशा से कामना प्रकट होती है और कामना का तो स्वभाव है असंतोष्टि. असंतोष के कारण क्रोध जन्म लेता है पार्थ. क्रोध के कारण मोह जन्म लेता है. मोह के कारण व्यक्ति आचार और व्यवहार का ज्ञान ही भूल जाता है. ज्ञान के चले जाने से बुद्धि चली जाती है. अनुचित प्रकार के कार्य होने लगते हैं और अंत में ऐसा व्यक्ति का पूर्ण रूप से पतन हो जाता है. सो इन ऑर्डर टू नॉट एसोसिएट इन अ क्रिमिनल एक्शन or in sinful action, what we have to do? We have to control, we have to regulate our senses. Means our five sensory organs we have to regulate. Means we just have to decide what we have to see and what we don't have to see, and what we have to speak and what we don't have to speak, and what we have to sniff and what we don't have to sniff, and what we have to hear and what we not have to hear, and what we have to touch and what we don't have to touch. So this is what we have to understand, we have to regulate. Because आंख है तो देखेंगी, मुंह है तो बोलेगा, नाक है तो सूंघेगा, कान है तो सुनेगा, हाथ है तो टच करेंगे. But we have to regulate. We can only regulate, but we can't stop our eyes to see. We can't stop our mouth to speak. We can't stop our ear to hear. We can't stop our nose to sniff. So this is all sensory organs. We only can regulate what we have to see, what we have to speak, what we have to sniff, what we have to hear, and what we have to touch. And by these things, we can easily control our mind, and we will never be associated in the criminal action and sinful action, and also criminal psychology will never be developed in our mind. This is what Madhusudan clearly stated. Shrimad Bhagavad Gita actually answer all the questions about the how these all things, how this material world is running on, is going on. So Lord Krishna actually answer each and every question which actually easily applicable in our this current scenario. Lord Krishna answered before more than 5,000 years ago, but now in this current scenario, all the answer actually given by Lord Krishna easily applicable, implementable in this current scenario, applicable in this current scenario. I hope you all can understand. If you have any question, any doubt, then please kindly put a comment. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Jai Sri Radhe.